Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle that has actually jumped my queue because this is a puzzle I requested. This is a puzzle called The Heat of Battle by Randall. And the reason I requested this puzzle is because I recently solved a puzzle by Virtual, who I did a puzzle of yesterday to release the Caging Constraints puzzle pack. And it was an XVXV puzzle. And the XVXV constraint is one I haven't covered on my channel before. And I've now looked at a couple of XVXV puzzles. And I really liked some of the logic I found in those puzzles. And I turned around and said, does someone have an XVXV puzzle I can use that will demonstrate some of the logic and I can use as an introductory to XVXV puzzle on my channel? And Randall popped his hand up and said, yeah, I've got one, and I think it will suit the purpose. So this is The Heat of Battle by Randall, and I requested an XVXV puzzle, and this is the one I've got. So I know I did a puzzle by Randall, I think a couple of weeks ago, but I requested this puzzle. So it's jumping the queue because I wanted to do this puzzle. On Caging Constraints, so that got released yesterday, and yeah, I'm hoping people are enjoying the pack. Those of you who've grabbed it, those who haven't, the details will be below. 45 and a couple of bonus puzzles, 45 puzzles and a couple of bonus puzzles of all killer with variants, and some amazing setters in there, some amazing puzzles in there. I mean, the highlight for me, I think, is the first Psycho Killer puzzle I've set in over a year. Getting a puzzle from Fistamafel was fantastic. The puzzles from Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards are great. I don't want to keep doing this because someone will go, why didn't he mention me? There is not a setter, there's not a contributor, there's not a tester who I'm not phenomenally happy that they were involved. So thank you to everyone who's involved. Every puzzle I've done from the pack has been just stunning fun, and yeah, so I hope that people who've grabbed the pack, please do, you'll enjoy it as well. But anyway, onto this puzzle, The Heat of Battle, and why I wanted to cover this. So XVXV is not a new, I think it's not a new constraint, but it's one I only started hearing about maybe a couple of months ago, and I don't know who came up with it or where it came from, but and when I started hearing about it, it was like, oh, this seems interesting. And then when I did these other puzzles, it was like, oh, there's some really cool logic here, and I wanted to cover that logic. So my recommendation would be try the puzzle. And you may find this puzzle to be quite tricky. I don't know how hard this one is, because without understanding some of the tricks for XVXV, I found the first puzzle I did to be really, really hard. And then I came back, and after sort of being shown some of the tricks with the XVXV, pardon me, then I redid the puzzle and it just flowed beautifully. So what I want to do with this puzzle is show you some of the XVXV tricks, but you may find them yourself, and it's always good if you can do that. So I highly recommend you try it yourself first. But if you just want to see what the tricks that I've found so far, there's probably others with XVXV, then yeah. Let's go through the rules. So, okay, I was partway through the rules explanation when I got an urgent call. I've had some family emergencies recently, and one happened. So rather than try and pick that up, I'm going to start the rules explanation again. So, rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Then we've got the XVXV rules. So cells connected by a V must sum to either 5 or 15. So these two cells will sum to 5 or 15. These two cells will sum to 5 or 15. These two cells will sum to 5 or 15. We don't know which. Cells separated by an X will sum to 5 or 10 or 15. Yeah, bit discombobulated by the phone call. 10 or 15. So these will sum to 10 or 15. These will sum to 10 or 15. These will sum to 10 or 15. We don't know which. And we need to figure that out. Along thermos, digits must strictly increase from the bulb to the tip. So this digit will be higher than this digit will be higher than this digit will be higher than this digit. So that's just the way thermos work. And this puzzle has an anti-knight constraint. And what that means is, whereas normal, if we pick on that cell, this cell could not be seen by any of those cells by not being able to be in the same box, column, or row. In an anti-knight puzzle, any knight move, so an L-shaped move cell, also cannot be the same digit. So those cells there could also not be the same digit as is placed there, because they are a knight's move away in any direction it moves. So that's the way the rules on this puzzle work. As I said, please give this a shot yourself, because if you could discover the tricks to XVXV yourself, that is great. Let's give this a shot. So before I even try and solve the puzzle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show one of the amazing tricks about XVXV that I have learned. Now, if you look at a normal V clue, you know that a 1 can go with a 4. And that's, I'm going to just use these cells to demonstrate, I think. So a 1 can go with a 4. And with an X clue, a 1 can go with a 9. So you've got a 1 can go with a 4 or a 9. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, okay, a 1 could go with a 4 or a 9. That's the only possibilities. Now, if we were to look at a 4, I'm actually going to detail this, because a 1 could go with a 4 on a 5 clue, and a 1 could go with a 9 on a 10 clue. A 4 on a 5 clue could only go with a 1, and on a 10 clue could go with a 6. But a 1 and a 4 can never go on a 15 clue, because they'd need a 14 and an 11. It does not work. So a 6 on a 5 clue doesn't work. On a 10 clue, it can only go with a 4, and on a 15 clue, it can only go with a 9. There's no other possibility. And a 9 clue can't go on a 9 digit cannot go on a 5. On a 10, it goes with a 1, and on a 15, it goes with a 6. So all of these 4 digits make up a set of 4, which is basically, anytime you place one of these digits on an X or a V, one of the other digits is going to have to go on it, whether it's an X, a V, or an XV clue. The same thing happens with 2, 3, 7, and 8. 2 can only go with 3 on a 5 or 8 on a 10. 3 can only go with 2 on a 5 or 7 on a 10. 7 can only go with 3 on a 10 or 8 on a 15. And 8 can only go with 2 on a 10 or 7 on a 15. So what this means is, where you've got an X or a V, it will connect to one of the other digits in this run. So, and a 5 can never go on a clue. So that's an important thing to note. So what that means is, where you've got something like, let's pick on this one, that's a real long run of digits, that all has to be from the same 4 digits, because it will either be from the 1, 4, 6, 9 run or the 2, 3, 7, 8 run. I don't know which yet, but it will be from one of them. And now, because I've got those are all on clues, that must be a 5. But because I've got 3, because you never put a 5 on a clue, 5, 0, 5, 5, or 5, 10 are not possible. Because I've got 3 yellows in this run, and I've only got 4 Sudoku digits that can be in the same run, if I made this yellow, I would need to have 5 yellow digits, but a set of digits can only be from 1, 4, 6, 9 or 2, 3, 7, 8. So these both have to be blue. I'm calling it yellow and blue. It's just what I'm calling it, which means that this is a run of blue, and this is a run of blue, and now the leftover digit here is yellow, so they become yellow. Can I continue that? Colouring. They could be blue, because I've only got 2. Huh. They could be yellow, because that would only put a 4th yellow in the column. Well, that's run out fast. 5 is in one of those two. That's run out fast. Okay, Randall. Wow. Okay, I can see the other trick now. So there's another trick, which is another. There's two more tricks with XVXV that I've learned, which is when you've got a run of X's like this, if you were to think about this as just a normal XV puzzle, this cell would be broken because whatever you put in here, these would have to be the same digit. Because if these were both tens, if this was, say, a 6, then these would both have to be 4, and that doesn't work. So we know that these have to be different. One is 10 and one is 15. But because one of these is 15, the only way you can make up 15 is with two high digits. So because one of these is 15, this cell here has to be high because either that is two high digits or that is two high digits. Either way, this is a high digit. Now, once this is a high digit, this can't be a 15 clue because a 15 clue is two high digits and this is yellow. So this here has to be a low digit because I can't make this. Either this is too high or this is too high. Whichever one of these is too high takes up the extra high, the two high digits. This becomes low. And this is where the next trick comes in. This is a nice, really nice way of demonstrating it, which is once you've got a low digit on a V clue, it must be a 5 clue. Because in order for this to be a 15 clue, I can't make it a 10 clue because a V is either 5 or 15. Once you've got a low digit on, if this was a 15 clue, this digit would have to be 11, 12, 13, or 14, which is not possible. So a low digit on a V clue means it is a 5, and this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. I've now got the two low yellow digits. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, and that is done. Do I know what that is? No, but I do know that those are 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a low digit on a V. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a low digit on a V. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a low digit on a V. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a thermo. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This can't be 1 or 2. This can't be 1, and this could be, well, this can't be 4, and this can't be 3 or 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. Does that... Well, hang on. This is 2, 3 on yellow. And if this is 2, 3 on yellow, then we know yellow can't be 1, 4. So this is 3, this is 2, this is 1. 2 means that's 3. This now has to be an X, so that's 7. This is 15, so this is 8. This is 2, this is 3. So we get all of that. That's an interesting way of breaking into that. This is not 3, so this is not 2. Which I could have got from that. Oh, this has to be 2, 3, though, because it's yellow. So this is 2, this is 3. These are from 1, 4, 6, 9. Well, this is a 1 on a V clue, so that's a 4. This is a 4 on a V clue. This is 1, so these are not 1, 4. This is a 6, 9. 6, 9 on a V clue means that this must be a 15, so that becomes 6, 9. And once this is 6, 9, I can't use another 6, 9, so this must be a 10 clue, so this is 1, 4. Okay, now this must be 9 and this must be 6 because of I can't put a 1 on a 15 clue, and once this is a 9 on a V clue, this must be a 15 clue. These now must be yellow because whether it's an X or a V, it must have a high digit. So an X must be a low and a high. Sorry, whether it's an X or an XV. If it's an X, it must be a low and a high, and if it's an XV, it must be two highs. But I don't have any blue highs. So these must all be yellow, and they must both be 10 clues, because if they were 15 clues, say this was a 7, 8, this couldn't be either an X or an XV. But they're yellow. This is now blue because there's 4 yellows in the box. This is blue, which means this is 1, 4. Oh, that must be the 4 because it's higher than the 3 on the thermo. Okay, this is 4, 6, 9. Now, these are from 2, 3, 7, 8. That can't be 2 or 3. This is sorry, I just did that wrong. 2, 3, 7, 8. It can't be 2 or 3. So this can't be 7 or 8. This can't be 3. So if this is 2, this is 8. If this is 7 or 8, this is 7 or... Whoops. This is 7, 8. So if this is 2... Yeah, this is 7 or 8. But it could be 7, 8 or 2, 8. Three must be in one of those two. Because I can't put it there and I can't put it there. Oh, that 2 sees that. That's a 3. That's not a 3. So this is 7. There's no 7 in here. So this is 2, 8. This is 2, 8. 3 is up here now. It's not there by knight's move. One is down here. 2 is in one of those two. These have to be blue because they see 3 yellows. So those are blue. Once those are blue, these are yellow. So these are from 2, 3, 7, 8. Now I can't put 8 on here. If this was 7, I would need 2 digits in blue that are higher than 7, but the only digit in blue higher than 7 is 9. So this is from 2, 3, which means this is from 2, 3. This can't be a 3 because 3 is here and this 3. So this is the 2, this is the 3. 2 on an X, well, it can't be a 15, so that is an 8. Now, higher than 2 on a V, so these are from, I can't use 1, so these are from 4, 6, and 9, giving me a 4, 6, 9 triple. This can't be a 4, this can't be a 9. Now, this has to be a V. It can't, so this has to be 15 because I can't you make it a 5 because there's no 1. So this is 6 and 9 in that order. This is now a 4. 4 can't be on a 15 clue. So this has to be 4, 6. That 4 sees that by knight's move. This becomes 1. 1 has to be a 10 clue. 9, 6, 9. Okay, this is a triple now. 4, 7, and 8. There's no 8 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 4 there. That is the 8. So 8 is yellow. We'll keep colouring. These are 1 and 5. This is also a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 and 9. Well, that's not 9, so that's a 4, 7 pair. So this is a 9. 9 is blue. So this is a 1, 5 pair, but that's seen by a 1. So that's a 5. That's a 1. That's a 5. 1 is blue. So 5 now is in one of those two spots because that 5 sees both of those. Oh, that's 7 sees that. That's 8, which means that's 2, which means that's 8 and that's 2. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Well, that's a 7, which is yellow, and that is a 9, which is blue. This is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is no 5 there. This is now a known digit. This is the 5 in the row. And these are 3, 4, and 8. That's not 3. That's not 4. Okay. Oh, that's not 5 because of that 5. So that's a 6, 7 pair. That becomes a 5. Those 6s don't reach in. 4 is in one of those two because that 4, 7 pair C's here. 7 can't be there, and that 7C's there. That becomes a 7, which is yellow. 7 is now up here. It's not there. So 7 is on this, so this becomes yellow. Now 7 on this is either 3, 7 or 7, 8. Well, that's not 8. That's not 3. But this is a V clue with a 7, 8. So this has to be 7, 8, which means that has to be 3. That's the 7. That's the 8. That's really neat. This now has to be blue. And it can't have a 6 on it. So it can't be a 15. This is 1, 4. And we know the order because of the 1 in box 8. So these are now 5 and 9. And that 5 there gives us the order. That's the 9. That's the 5. 9 is blue. This is very cool puzzle. So this is a triple. 1, 4, and 7. That can't be a 1, so we've got a 4, 7 pair. That is the 1. 1 is blue, and that is a deadly pattern that is going to have to be broken by Knight's move somehow, which I will trust will happen because Randall is a good setter. Okay, column 5. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that can't be 5. Have I done all the clues? I think I have. So this is a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Well, there's no 8 in there. So 8 is in one of those two. That can't be 4. And it can't be 5. That's the 6. So I can take 6 out of those. 6 is blue. And that's a 4 because of that 5. And 4 is also blue. So these become yellow. And I can take 4 out of them. No, they don't become yellow. That is completely wrong because one of them is 8, but the other one is 5. Oh, that's the 8. That's the... Whoops, I'm in the wrong mode because I was just doing colour. That is the 5. That is the 5, and the 8 is yellow. Which means this is not the... This is not the 8. This is the 4. This is the 3. This is the 8. 4 is blue. 3 is yellow. Very, very cool. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I'm not as fast at scanning as some people. 1, 2, 6, and 9. There's no 2 there. There's no 6 there. That is not a helpful triple. This is a pair. 1 and 5. That 1 is going to disambiguate it. So the 1 becomes blue. That 5 doesn't... Oh, that 4. That 4 makes that 7, that 4, that 7, and that 4. So we've finally got those. 7 is yellow. 4 is blue. So that was useful. Okay, this column, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. There's no 7 there. There's no 3 there. So that's the 3, which becomes yellow. That's a 6, 7 pair, so that becomes 5. That 7 is makes that 6 and that 7. 6 is blue, 7 is yellow. This is a pair, 2 and 8, and the 8 gives me the order, 2 and 8. 2 and 8 are both yellow. This is a pair, 4 and 9 by the look of it. And that 4 gives me the order. That's the 9, that's the 4. Both of them are blue. That makes this 6, this 2, and this 9. 6 is blue, 2 is yellow, 9 is blue. The 2 makes this 6. 6 is blue. I can also do this. This will be blue and this will be yellow. So this will be 6, this will be 7. And in here we're going to have 1 and 2. This is going to be the 1, so this is going to be blue, this is going to be yellow, and I can put in 1 and 2, and that is The Heat of Battle by Randall. Very, very cool puzzle, and yeah, thank you, Randall, for sending through a puzzle that I could use as an excellent example of how in an XVXV puzzle you can use the clues kind of like a whisper constraint breaks into high-low or entropic, or even odd-even breaks it into a puzzle into kind of two sections, and you can count, do I have too many odd evens? But with an XVXV, it's, do I have too many 1, 4, 6, 9? Do I have too many 2, 3, 7, 8? And you just need to learn that 1, 4, 6, 9, 2, 3, 7, 8 trick, and you're kind of breaking the puzzle into a different set of digits. And then like an X that sees each other in a row, column, or box, the central one would have to be high. A low digit on a V means that that clue must be a V, not a 15, and the other half will have to be a low digit. And that sort of deduction. A high digit on a V means it must be a 15, and the other clue must be high. And you're playing sort of high-low off each other at the same time as you're playing those sets of 4 digits. Very, very cool constraint. I imagine there's a lot that can be done with this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the XVXV constraint grow, because while I've not been a fan of ambiguity constraints in the past, this one really, I love it a lot, and I'm looking forward to playing with it both as a solver and a setter. I hope you enjoy the puzzle. I really hope that you've grabbed caging constraints and you're giving that one a shot. And as always, good luck with your solving.